A few million years ago, a series of large-scale environmental changes were affecting the shape and life of the land on Earth. This was the Quaternary period. The build-up of major continental ice sheets and huge volume of water were being trapped, forming lakes, and the global sea level fell up to 150 meters. This caused a vast shelf area to become dry land, thus forming small islands. But here is why I'm telling you all of this. In the middle of the Indian Ocean along the East Africa coast, a series of 52 islands were formed during this period. Among those islands, the two largest ones, Unguja and Pemba, were born. Fast forward through Stone Age, slavery, and to the introduction of modern technology, Zanzibar came to life and became a destination for tourists from all corners of the world. A place for people to see the real beauty of the world and a place to see how the world looked back in the day. Zanzibar has become the top destination for people who visit East Africa. And here is why Zanzibar is so famous. We can't really say anything about Zanzibar without talking about the amazing beaches. Anyone who travels to Zanzibar, the one thing that is on their minds is walking on a long stretch of beautiful sandy beaches, swimming in some crystal clear waters, and basking in the warm sun. Zanzibar has the top most beautiful beaches in Africa and in the world. According to an article by Kony.com, Zanzibar has among the best beaches Africa has to offer. Among them is Kendwa Beach, Nungwi Beach, Jambiani Beach, and Paje Beach in the north of Zanzibar. Lots of tourists travel miles and miles to come experience it for themselves. But basking in the warm sun isn't all that you can do. Get a boat ride to the untouched sandbanks, explore some beautiful islands, and get to see the amazing marine life in the crystal clear waters. After all that, take a trip down south to the historic city of Stone Town. Stone Town, or Mji Mkongwe in Swahili, it's among the first things that draws your attention once you arrive in Zanzibar. It's the oldest part of the city, with its amazing diverse influence from different cultures, from the Arabs, Indians, Europeans, and the Swahili people. It's said that the narrow streets with lots of houses came along with the traders who built at random places since there were no rules on how to build, and the lack of enough land forced people to build houses going upwards and using limestone or coral stone from the ocean. And this is where the name Stone Town comes from. As of today, Stone Town is among UNESCO's World Heritage Sites, best known for houses which are built from limestone, which some are still in use up to today, and with the carved decorated wooden doors which are of three types: an Arab door, Indian door, and the Swahili door, which is a mixture of both Indian and Arab style. Apart from that, Stone Town consists of lots of important buildings, including the first building to have electricity in East Africa, and at least 7 museums, including the famous Freddie Mercury Museum. Last but not least, Zanzibar had its dark age. This was during the slave period. From the 16th century, when the sultans of Oman took control of Zanzibar, another pillar of economy was slaves. It gave Zanzibar an important place in the Arab slave trade and made Zanzibar the center of the East African slave trade. The prison island is among the places where slaves were kept before they were sold to the Middle East and North Africa. In Stone Town, there are several places where you can see where slaves were kept before heading over to be sold as commodities. Some slaves were left in the islands as workers in the spice farms, which was another source of income for the rulers. Zanzibar is now among the top tourist attractions in the world. The reasons mentioned before are just some of the few. There are many others. It's a very budget-friendly place and easily navigatable for a regular or a beginner traveler. Currently, with the coronavirus pandemic, Zanzibar's borders are currently open and no self-quarantine or COVID certificate required on entry. Hope this video has shed some light on why Zanzibar it is what it is, and I have convinced you to visit it. Thank you very much for watching this episode. See you next week.